There's about 2 hours left until the NHL entry draft begins, and I have like 5 videos to do, so they're all not going to be edited. I just gotta fire them off, bam, 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 right now. I cannot edit 5 videos in 2 hours; it's just not going to happen. So let's just get on with it. The Washington Capitals picked 26 overall in this year's NHL entry draft. They were, in my opinion, the best team in the NHL from start to finish. Some teams had hot stretches like the Pittsburgh Penguins or the Anaheim Ducks, and then they had cold stretches. But Washington maintained solid the entire season, led by probably the best goalie in the world besides Carey Price, but he was injured this season, so really the best goalie in the world this year, Braden Holtby. It was kind of surprising to me he didn't get featured more in the news because he was really close to getting 50 wins this season. He came, I think, 1 or 2 wins short, but that would have been a miraculous achievement if he could get 50 wins in a single season. No goalie in NHL history has done that. You look at last season, they were my pick to win the Stanley Cup. They were ousted in the second round by the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins, to their credit, played fantastic against the Washington Capitals. Ovechkin had another amazing season. Finishes off the season with a hat trick in the final game to hit 50 goals in a season for the 7th time in his career. So that's just a round of applause for him. An amazing season. Now, looking towards the offseason, which this video is all about, they were the 26th overall pick. Are they probably going to select with that pick? Yeah, because they can't really trade it for an NHL-ready player right now because they don't have a lot of cap space. You look at their team, it doesn't surprise you. They're just an amazing team from start to finish. We'll get to that in a minute. 26th overall pick. I'd pick a defenseman just because your offense is probably the second best in the league behind Dallas. You don't need to get a better offense to win a championship. Now it's just building. These picks are more so building for the future because none of these guys are going to be good enough to crack their roster in the next year or two, in my opinion. Looking ahead to the offseason for the free agency, UFAs, they do have Jason Chimera. I would almost guarantee they're just going to let him walk. I don't think they have any interest in re-signing him. That's just another maybe $2.5 million of cap space that's going to be taken up that they could be giving up to, I forget the RFA, Johansson, 25-year-old left winger. He's an amazing all-around player, in my opinion. That was a little far-fetched. He could work on his defensive game a little bit, but he's improved so much in the past few years watching this guy. He gets quicker on the puck in the corners. He's more gritty in front of the net, in my opinion, and he's got a wicked shot. He's a very good playmaker, in my opinion, as well. So Johansson, I think, should be getting maybe $3.5 million. That's a little bit more than Chimera's going to make, obviously, and I think that if you sign Chimera, that's just biting yourself in the foot. I don't know what to do, but I'd eat a pillow. I would eat a pillow, god damn it, if they re-signed Jason Chimera. I'm not actually going to eat a pillow. That was a stupid thing to say. Now, you look at the whole team. Braden Holtby's in the back end. Then you got your defensive group led by Carl Alsner, Brooks Orpik, Niskanen, John Carlson. Unbelievable defenseman, in my opinion. He does not get the credit he deserves. He is an elite defenseman, in my opinion. Every team needs a top 2 defenseman to win. John Carlson is a top 2 defenseman. I don't care what anybody else says. He's young. He's skilled. He's a great offensive defenseman, but he plays a great defensive game as well, which defensemen need to do pretty much. An amazing player for the Washington Capitals. He isn't going anywhere. I don't ever want to hear his name in trade rumors at all. Offense, when you're led by Ovechkin, a 50-goal scorer, and Nicholas Backstrom, maybe one of the best playmakers in the NHL, you're going to have a good offense. Then you add Justin Williams last season, and you added TJ Oshie. That's just adding fuel to the fire. This offseason, when you look at the free agent market, I don't see them getting I don't think they get anybody, to be honest with you. I think none of the big-name free agents whatsoever. Maybe they can take a look at Darren Helm as a third-line center. Maybe if they can free up some cap space on the back end. The Brooks Orpik contract a little expensive. That's been worrisome of me from day one when they signed it. I think it was like 4 years or something like that, of over $4 million. That's a contract I called that day to be bought out in a season or two. I still stand by that. If it's this offseason or next offseason, I think that now is Brooks Orpik a good player? Yeah, he's a good player. He's a good defensive defenseman, but I don't think he's worth that much. And with a team like Washington who has so many good players, and you just look at Kuznetsov, like, holy crap, that kid is good. That guy's going to be making more than $6.5 million a season not too soon. So you look at that, I think if it's not this season, I think it's next season. I'm going to call Brooks Orpik does get bought out by the Washington Capitals. For the rest of the offseason, they don't have any other big RFAs or UFAs to worry about. The Maple Leafs did them a solid by taking Brooks Light's contract in return for Daniel Winnick. Leafs did him an amazing favor. although Washington had to give the Leafs a second-round pick and Connor Carrick, which even I, as a Leafs fan, I love it. I think that was too much from Washington. I think Connor Carrick and Brooks Leach and maybe like a fourth would have been good. A second in Connor Carrick, that was an absolute steal. I ain't complaining. I'm happy as hell about it. That was a great trade for Toronto. It was a good trade for Washington, but I think they could have gotten Daniel Winnick for a little bit less than that, and they still could have given away Brooks Lake for a little bit less than that. But if you want to talk about this offseason, I say stay pat. Maybe make one little tweak here or there, but you're the best team in the NHL, Washington. You are. And, okay, you had bad luck in the offseason this spring, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen next year. You're the best team in the NHL in a lot of people's opinion, and you could probably come back with almost the exact same roster next year and still be the Stanley Cup favorites. That's how good you are. So the key to the Washington Capitals offseason is simply try to free up a little bit of cap space, consider buying up Brooks or a pick, and they don't have an offseason plan. Kind of stay pat. You know, they are the best team in the NHL. I really thought I'd be featuring them last. I'm featuring them 26th. So obviously it was cup or bust this season. Barry Trotz is maybe the best coach in the NHL behind Mike Babcock. He's an unbelievable coach. He got Ovechkin to be playing defense without sacrificing his offense, which coaches have tried to do for so many years and they haven't been able to do it. He finally did it. So good on him. Thank you guys for watching this non-edited video. I apologize again. Of the offseason plan for the Washington Capitals. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It would mean so much to me. Please like my page on Facebook. It's all about hockey. The link to it is down below. And please email me any questions if you just want to talk hockey to theshanaclan19@gmail.com. And I'll see you guys back here for the next episode.